Hey everybody, Tanya here, back from Shooting Star SVG, and today I'm going to go through a quick tutorial on how to create glitter paper for free using textures in Photopea versus the previous way that I have gone through where you create and crystallize noise, duplicate the layer several times to create this glitter effect. I found this way pretty effective. I've been playing around with it for a few weeks now and have been using some public domain patterns that I've found. You can also take like a DSLR high resolution camera and throw glitter all over the place. Take your own photos and use those as textures as well, and kind of go from there. So I was Googling around on the public domain and found this really pretty blue sparkling background, and I was like, I think I can work with this. I think I can work with this and change it into something that will be beautiful. So I went ahead and downloaded this, and it went from the blue to a high contrast black and white to now a color fill that I can change the colors as I see fit to create this sparkly looking background. And you can turn on and off layers depending on what kind of look you're going for, and yeah, just play around with it. I think it's a pretty cool effect. It's different. It's a different approach to creating digital glitter, and you can try it out for your projects or whatever you see fit. So the first thing I did was I went ahead and opened up the download of the blue sparkling background. And you can see this is not where I started. So I actually just went to image and I adjusted the contrast, and I brought that all the way up so the colors would pop in. If you don't want it to be as bright, you can just leave it as is. For the purposes of this, I'm going to leave it as is and see if there's a big difference between this one, which has a high contrast, and this one, which does not. And then to change it to black and white, you just go to image adjustments, and then you just click on black and white, and it will change that to a black and white pattern. Then you're going to go to edit, define new, and pattern. Okay. And then you're just going to create a new canvas. And in this case, it's a 12 by 12 or 3600 by 3600 DPI canvas. Okay. You're going to drop your newly created pattern into the background by clicking new adjustment layer. And you can see that blue sparkling background pattern is there. You can see that it is tiled out by these little lines here. I don't know how well you can see that. So you're just going to want to go ahead and scale that up, okay, until you get it to where you want it to be. Now you can really see the glitter effect taking shape there, okay. And so the next thing you're going to do is create a color fill layer. You're going to change your blending mode to an overlay. And if you're satisfied with that, you can just leave it as is. You can see how similar it is to this blue sparkling background without having to do much more adjustment, right? And if you so choose, you can actually add another color fill layer and do a lighten or a soft light rather, and it will bring that color tone down a little bit. So you can play around with blending different layers to see what the effects are. So I'm going to go ahead and just zoom out. I'm going to change these colors to yellow because that's what I put the other one on, just to see if there's a compare contrast here. And if you look, you can see that the file is a little bit different. With that higher contrast, you're going to get a darker colored glitter, and with no contrast at all, you're going to get a lighter glitter effect from that pattern. So just keep that in mind when you're changing the contrast. It just depends on what kind of effect you're going for. And again, you can have two color fills One of them being the overlay, which is going to overlay that color, and then another one with a soft light to kind of lighten that up a little bit. And then you can also duplicate this layer and bring it up to the top, and you can overlay that to darken it up, or you can do like a soft light or a multiply, which is really going to darken everything up, or you can just do without that. Okay, it really just depends on your personal preference. I just wanted to show you a way to take some public domain photos, which means they're free to the public to use. They do ask for credit or a donation of sorts because, you know, they are providing the service for free. Just make sure you're reading, you know, the terms of use and things of that nature when you're looking at these things, okay? And use your textures wisely. You don't want to be ripping anybody off. It's always best to take your own photos and use those if you can. I just wanted to show you what was possible when you're taking a texture, zapping the color out, and overlaying some patterns and how powerful that can be. And as you can see, when you zoom in, you have this really cool glittery effect. So I think that's kind of neat. You can do this with any sort of texture or pattern. So very quick and simple way to do glitter in Photopea for free. So I hope y'all learned something. If you have any questions, give me a holler below. And as always, please like and subscribe my videos. This is what motivates me to keep on going. So I hope y'all have a great night.